Meteora, one of the most unreal landscapes on Earth, and one of the most sacred places in all of Greece. Giant stone pillars rise hundreds of meters straight out of the plains of Thessaly, and perched impossibly on top of them sit ancient monasteries, built where almost no one could ever reach. This is your complete guide to Meteora. All 6 monasteries, how to get here, when to come, and where to stay. First, what exactly is this place? The name Meteora means suspended in the air, and once you see it, that name makes perfect sense. These giant sandstone towers were formed around 60 million years ago, then carved by wind and water into the shapes you see today. About 1,000 years ago, the first hermit monks arrived. They climbed into the caves in the cliffs to be closer to God and far from the world. Over time, they started to build. At the peak, there were 24 monasteries up here, home to more than 2,000 monks. And here's the part that's hard to believe. For centuries, the only way up was by rope, net, or a basket hauled by hand. No stairs, no bridges, just faith and a very strong stomach. Today, 6 of those monasteries are still active, and all 6 are open to visitors. The whole site has been protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988. You don't need to be religious to be moved by Meteora. You just need to show up. Before we go monastery by monastery, here are a few things you'll want to know. Entry is €5 per monastery, and it's cash only. There's no combined ticket, so bring enough for the day. There's also a strict dress code, and they do enforce it. Shoulders and knees stay covered. For everyone. Men can't enter in shorts or sleeveless tops. Women are asked to wear a skirt below the knee. If you don't have one, wrap skirts are handed out at every gate. One more rule: no photos or video inside the churches. Outside in the courtyards, shoot all you want. As for getting around, you can visit by car, by guided tour, or on foot. We'll cover those details a little later. Now, the main event, the 6 monasteries. Each one sits on its own pillar of rock. Each one has its own story, and each one is worth your time. We'll start at the top with Great Meteoron. It's the largest, the oldest, and the one you've probably seen in every photo of this place. It was founded around the year 1340 by a monk named Athanasios. Legend says he couldn't climb the rock himself, so an eagle carried him to the summit. However he got up there, he started something huge. Great Meteoron sits highest of all the monasteries, and it's the hardest to reach. You'll climb around 300 steps to get to the entrance, so take your time, and take water in summer. But inside, it's incredible. This place is less a monastery and more a small stone village. There's a church covered in 500-year-old frescoes, painted in a bold Macedonian style. The old kitchen is still standing, its walls black with centuries of cooking smoke, and the wine cellar is lined with barrels the size of cars. Then there's the museum, and this is where the history really hits you. You'll see golden decrees signed by Byzantine emperors, ancient handwritten books, and religious treasures. You'll also find the skulls of the monastery's founders, kept and honored on display. It's a lot to take in, so of all 6, give this one the most time. Great Meteoron is open from 9:30 in the morning until 3 p.m., and it's closed on Tuesdays. Right next door is Varlaam, the second largest monastery in Meteora. Its story starts with a lone hermit named Varlaam, who climbed the rock in the 14th century. After he died, the rock sat empty for almost 100 years. Then, in 1517, 2 brothers from Ioannina rebuilt it into what you see today. And here's the detail that stops people cold. Before the stone steps were carved in 1923, there were no stairs at all. The only way up was a net, hauled by a rope and a hand-cranked winch. Monks, supplies, and visitors all went up the same way, dangling in the open air. The main church was finished in 1542, and its frescoes are among the finest in Meteora. But the real highlight at Varlaam is the museum. It's set inside the monks' original dining hall, the old refectory. Inside, you'll find centuries-old manuscripts, hand-copied by the monks themselves. There are gold-threaded robes, sacred relics, and objects that have survived hundreds of years up here. And in the old storeroom sits a single wooden wine barrel, big enough to hold thousands of liters. Take a slow walk through it. Every object has a story. Varlaam is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it's closed on Fridays. Below the big two sits Rousanou, and it might be the most photogenic of them all. From a distance, it looks like the building is growing straight out of the rock. It's been home to an order of nuns since the 1980s. And here's the good news for your legs. It's one of the easiest to reach. You cross 2 short bridges and climb far fewer steps than the giants above it. So if the big climbs worry you, put Rousanou near the top of your list. The nuns keep quiet gardens here, and the whole setting is beautifully peaceful. From the edge, you look straight across the gorge to the Monastery of St. Stephen. It's one of the best views in all of Meteora. Rousanou is open from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and it's closed on Wednesdays. Coming up from the village of Kastraki, the first monastery you'll meet is St. Nicholas. It's the smallest of the 6, and it solved a real problem in a clever way. The rock was too narrow to build outward, so the monks built upward instead, floor by floor. You'll want about 30 to 40 minutes here, and it's worth every one. The reason to stop is on the walls inside. The frescoes were painted in 1527 by Theophanes the Cretan, one of the greatest painters of his time. Look for the scene of Adam naming the animals. It's a rare and charming one. And here's a fun fact to leave with. This St. Nicholas was the bishop of Myra, the real man behind the legend of Santa Claus. St. Nicholas is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it's closed on Fridays. Next is Holy Trinity, and this one might just steal the show. It stands completely alone, on a tall spire of rock, high above everything around it. You might even recognize it from the movies. Back in 1981, it appeared in the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only, although the monks refused to let the film crew shoot inside. To reach the entrance, you climb 140 steps cut into the rock in 1925. Before those steps existed, it was ropes and ladders only, nothing else. Only a handful of monks live here today, so the quiet at the top feels earned. There's hidden history here too. A secret crypt was discovered in 1909, full of old manuscripts. And one more claim to fame. The rock band Linkin Park named an entire album after Meteora. Holy Trinity is open from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and it's closed on Thursdays. Save St. Stephen for last, and here's why. It's the easiest of all 6 to reach, by a wide margin. There are no long staircases, just a short, flat bridge straight to the door. That makes it the perfect choice if stairs or heights are a problem for you. St. Stephen is a convent, run by an order of nuns since 1961. It has a calm, welcoming feel that's a little different from the others. Its most treasured relic is the skull of St. Charlembos, kept here since 1398. The monastery has a darker chapter too. In World War II, German troops damaged it, believing fighters were hiding inside. Today, it's peaceful again, and the balcony gives you the finest view in town, looking straight down over Kalabaka. It's the perfect place to end. So just stop, breathe, and take it all in. St. Stephen is open from 9 a.m. to 1:30, and again from 3:30 to 5:30, closed on Mondays. So when should you actually visit? Spring and autumn are the sweet spots. The weather is mild, the light is soft, and the crowds are thinner. Summer is hot and very busy. If you come then, start early, before the tour buses roll in. And wherever your day takes you, don't miss the main viewpoint on the ridge. From a single spot up there, you can see 5 of the 6 monasteries at once. It's the classic Meteora photo, and it's completely free. Sunset here is famous, and it's stunning, as the rocks glow warm in the last light. but it's also packed. For something quieter, come at sunrise instead. You'll often find mist sitting low in the valley, and the whole place almost to yourself. Now for the practical stuff. How do you get to Meteora? The gateway is the town of Kalabaka, sitting right at the base of the rocks. There's no airport nearby and no train straight to the monasteries. So you'll come from Athens or Thessaloniki. From Athens, it's about a 4-hour drive north, or a bus that runs through the town of Trikala. One important heads up. The old direct train from Athens has been shut down since flooding in 2023. It isn't expected back for a while, so don't rely on it. From Thessaloniki, things are easier. It's around a 3-hour drive and the simpler gateway of the two. Once you're here, the 6 monasteries are linked by a single winding road. Most people drive and park at each stop, though a guided tour takes all the planning off your hands.
So how long do you need? Our honest answer is 3 nights.
That gives you 3 relaxed mornings visiting 2 monasteries a day, always early. Getting there before the crowds and the tour buses makes a huge difference. But there's one catch you have to plan around. Each monastery closes for 1 day every week, and no 2 close on the same day. Friday is the trickiest because 2 of them are shut at once, so check the days before you go and build your mornings around them. Do that, and you'll see all 6 without ever feeling rushed. Where should you stay? You've got 2 great options, right at the foot of the rocks. The first is Kalabaka, the larger town with the most hotels and restaurants. The second is Kastraki, a quieter village tucked directly beneath the cliffs. Both put you just minutes from the first monastery, so you really can't go wrong. We stayed at the Is Meteora, and there's a full review over on our channel if you want the details. Now, the food. This is the Thessaly region, so eat like a local. Start with a glass of tsiporo, the strong regional spirit, served with small plates. Order the local wine too, because the monks here were making it for hundreds of years. For your main, go for the grilled meats, especially the slow-roasted pork. And try hilopates, the local egg pasta, often served with cheese or a rich sauce. Meteora is one of the very few places that lives up to every photo you've ever seen of it. Standing under these rocks, looking up at monasteries in the clouds, is something you don't forget. Give it a few unhurried days, and it'll stay with you long after you've gone home. So, have you been to Meteora? Or is it still sitting on your bucket list? Let us know down in the comments. And if you want to experience it as if you're walking through it yourself, we've got you covered. We filmed all the monasteries in stunning 4K over on our Walking Tours channel. The links are in the description. For the full written guide with every monastery's hours and a map, check our website. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.